Welcome back to the video. In today's video, we're going to play skylines. In today's video, we're going to be getting rid of abandoned buildings, and also we're going to be building up our parks to get them up to level 5. In this episode, we actually do get them up to level 5, and so we get both our city park and also our amusement park up to level 5, and so those parks are now both finished off in terms of everything that I want to do with them, and then after that, we end up building a high-rise district. And so I start off by getting the parks up to level 5. And so I pretty much just start spamming down the whole of the zoo items because I got the zoo up to level 3. And so with that, one of them you need to place next to water. So I placed it over there. And then I expanded the zone all around just to be able to try and add more, and then I found a place that I could add more, found some more places, brought the zone over and placed them down. And then I realized the city park is closer to being maxed out than the amusement park, so then I just put those in the city park just so this way we could get that little bit extra, so we can get that up to level 5, and then we can get a level 5 reward, which should then allow us to get the amusement park up to level 5. So I just did reroute that road so we get that, and then we need just a little bit more, and so I just started adding in extra stuff from the zoo until we got to where we were 2 away, and after that I just put down some extra stuff, and then we got the trampoline park. And then after that I put in all the stuff that I had for the city park into the amusement park zone, and so that pretty much quickly brought it up. And then the little bit extra that was needed I just brought up with the trampoline parks. And then I started to work in our city park by adding in the trampoline parks in places that I wanted it, just to finish off the entire city park. And I did just move around some stuff just to make them fit in. And then I deleted the stuff that was in here that we didn't need anymore because we didn't need the attractiveness score to be at the max. And I did just also add some just miscellaneous buildings around, or well, souvenir shops, which these will probably sell souvenirs of the city, or just of the park, or different things around the park. And then, well, we got the amusement park up to level 5, and I came over here and deleted some stuff. Originally I was going to place the roller coaster over there, but then I thought of realism, and typically what theme parks will do is that they'll make it to where they'll put the roller coaster to where it goes in a place that they don't have much access with a pathway, so this way it can be like a dead end, and then they don't need to obviously expand paths out, and then also then it doesn't take up as much real estate in terms of like pathing, and then I just brought the path pretty much right up next to it. Then I put a fence all around the park, which would be required by law, or they would at least do justice in this way. People would go in. Not go in without paying. And so I pretty much just made it to where it hugged the exterior paths and like buildings. Then I just had to make that part straighter. That was pretty much it with that fence. And here it came up with a bit of dilemma because I had the info building here. And so I just used the trick just to add in extra nodes in, just so we can get the fence in. And I just made it to where it had that weird like part that goes in. And then I changed this beginning part to where it will match the other fences. of the fence, or where we started with it. And then get rid of part of the stuff that we had laid out. Just mostly in the area that we were going to be working. But I did end up removing everything that wasn't supposed to be there off camera. So if you see anything that was there just for the attractiveness score, that will be gone next time you see the city. But then I got to work on building up our high-rise district, and I started off by building some new commercial areas. So I just did the simple grid and just went along. And so these beginning buildings I did just make a part of our career town. Just because that was like right next to it. And then this power line here, I did just delete part of it, obviously just to place them in. Then I continued our paths connecting into our walkable core walls. And so I just put those in. And I smoothed out this along here. Just in this way it was not as well angled, obviously. So this way we could make it to where everything looked a bit nicer. And then I came here, connected roads along there. And then I also did delete any of the like zones that I didn't need for the parks. So that obviously we could just not need to have them there. Because they were useless. Now then I got to work on just placing in this road, and then all the other roads, and a whole lot of these I had to put in with a slightly different angled piece, or like a 9-degree angled piece going along. And then I just obviously put in some more, and then this is where 3 different grids meet. One going across in one way, one going across the narrow one, and one's angled. So I just made that to where that one area was where they all just met. And it honestly doesn't look half bad, considering that 3 grids meet there. And originally I was going to make this a residential zone. And then I realized that our city didn't really have a skyline, and also I had never got to actually using most of the skyscrapers from the skyscraper DLC in the city, considering that most of the buildings here are supposed to be pretty low. But so I made an exception over here, and also we need some unique buildings then, so I mostly put in some of the taller ones over here. And so yeah, and then I did just place in the Colossal Order office, and then we looked around some different stuff, and I did just place in this nice library at the end of this, or on the side of this road here. Get rid of the rain, and then I looked for some other unique buildings. Put in Central Park here, and then what I just did with the Central Park buildings, I just put a road that went all the way around the outside, and then connected into this road. And then I started adding in all the skyscrapers. So I was just trying to fit in what I could fit. Pretty much wherever they did fit. And also, I don't know if this is a bug or if it's just something with the land or how I was building it. But like whenever I would put in a path or a road, in between like a skyscraper next to it, it would turn into a bridge, which is odd. So it's probably a bug, I would assume, but hopefully this Paradox can fix that. Fix it. And then I just filled in pretty much the rest of the area with commercial. Which, even though now that I think about it, would have been better to put in some offices. And also we have literally no demand for commercial. Which actually I think I will go back and just place out offices, just because we need industrial. We don't got a whole load of offices in the city in general. So that could be the demand for it. And also, they would then fit the area well because they are very tall. And they can pretty much be on the scale of these buildings too. And then I pretty much run out of the super tall ones, so I just start putting in more of the mid-rise ones just to fill up space. Which also you barely notice most of the commercial buildings just because of how tall all the buildings around it are, and that they took up pretty much all the space there. But yeah, and there I even tried flattening out the ground and still didn't do it. So I don't know. Went around deleting some of the buildings, rebuilt some buildings that burned down, put some cemeteries off for collection, and then, yeah, that was it for this episode. Do hope you enjoyed. If you have, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Bye!